for me as it will be for the winner of this award.
Ask Miss Julie what she thinks. But ask the old River what he thinks.
The man I love?
Gee.
On the Hollywood stage, bathed in dazzling lights and resounding applause, black stars, with their innate talent and irresistible charisma, have captured millions of hearts. They stand at the pinnacle of fame, seemingly unshakable. But what lies behind the radiant smiles, behind the spectacular performances? A harsh truth has been concealed by the velvet curtain of power. Talent flashes brightly and then inexplicably fades, promising careers suddenly vanish into thin air, leaving fans in bewilderment. Scandals erupt, malicious rumors spread, unexpected events occur, all unfolding in a mysterious way. Are these merely random coincidences, or a conspiracy orchestrated by unseen forces? The answer, however painful, lies within the very pages of history obscured by what is known as white power. 1. Paul Robeson. Paul Robeson, a resounding name in American history, was not only a talented artist with a deep, resonant baritone voice that touched hearts, but also a promising stage and film actor. He was renowned for his portrayal of Othello on Broadway, breaking racial barriers in the entertainment industry. Robeson's career reached its peak in the 1930s and 1940s, and he was celebrated worldwide for his artistic talent and his courage to speak out against social injustice. His future, with his immense talent and influence, seemed wide open with countless opportunities. However, in 1949, Paul Robeson's benefit concert in Peekskill, New York, which was supposed to be an event celebrating peace and solidarity, suddenly turned into a horrific nightmare. Prior to the event, threats and hateful protests filled the atmosphere. When those who loved Robeson's voice, those who wished to hear the voice of justice and equality, began to gather, they were met with a brutal attack from an extremist mob, carrying hateful banners and throwing rocks at innocent people. Fear spread through the air, screams and cries echoed amidst the chaotic scene. A sense of unease, anger, and disappointment surged in the hearts of Robeson's supporters. The police stood by, indifferent to the violence, even tacitly supporting the attackers, making the pain and humiliation even deeper. After the event, his concerts were canceled, contracts were terminated, and his career, which was at its zenith, was abruptly frozen. The official reason given was allegations related to communism, but in reality, it was revenge from those in power against a black man who dared to stand up against injustice and racial discrimination. Paul Robeson's brilliant career was ruthlessly extinguished by political forces and racial prejudice. He paid a heavy price for his courage and beliefs. However, despite being removed from the spotlight, Robeson's voice continues to resonate today, a symbol of resilience and the courage to fight for justice and equality. His story is a painful reminder of the injustices black people have endured throughout history and an endless source of inspiration for those who are fighting for a better world. 2. Dorothy Dandridge. Dorothy Dandridge, a radiant beauty with innate acting talent, illuminated Hollywood in the 1950s. She was not only a gifted singer and dancer, but also a promising actress. With her role in Carmen Jones in 1954, Dorothy made history by becoming the first black woman to be nominated for the Academy Award for Best Actress. This was a significant turning point, bringing a glimmer of hope for a brighter future for black artists in the harsh film industry. With her rare beauty and talent, it seemed as if success was within reach, but the reality was completely the opposite. After the historic Oscar night in 1955, Dorothy Dandridge nurtured hopes for a bright future. She waited for worthy scripts, breakthrough roles. But the reality was harsh. The calls for film roles were scarce, and the roles offered were all stereotypical, repeating the image of a nightclub singer or an unfortunate, seductive woman. A painful memory etched in Dorothy's mind. A renowned director once expressed admiration for her talent and promised a promising role. Dorothy was incredibly excited, dedicating much effort to studying the script. But just a few weeks later, a cold call from the director's assistant poured cold water on her. The role had been given to a white actress. The explanation was given subtly but bitterly. Audiences are not ready for a black actress in a leading role. Disappointment, humiliation, and anger surged within Dorothy. She realized that, despite her Oscar nomination, the barrier of racial discrimination was still a solid wall, preventing her from achieving the success she deserved. Despite not being able to achieve the accomplishments she deserved, Dorothy Dandridge remains an icon, a courageous pioneer who overcame racial barriers in Hollywood. She paved the way for later generations of black artists, proving that talent knows no color. Dorothy's story is a heartbreaking testament to the injustice and racial discrimination that once existed in the entertainment industry, while also being a source of inspiration for those who are fighting for equality and justice. She remains a shining star in film history, even though her career was heavily impacted by social prejudice. 3. Eartha Kitt. Eartha Kitt, with her captivating purring voice and mesmerizing stage presence, conquered audiences worldwide. She was a renowned singer, actress, dancer, and activist. From the nightclubs of Harlem to the Broadway stage, from Hollywood screens to elegant cabarets in Europe, Eartha Kitt shone brightly. She was known for timeless songs like Santa Baby and her portrayal of Catwoman in the Batman television series. But with just her outspoken views at the White House, she lost her future in the most painful way. In 1968, at a luncheon at the White House hosted by First Lady Lady Bird Johnson, Eartha Kitt frankly expressed her opposition to the Vietnam War. She directly questioned the war's negative impact on American youth, who were being deprived of their lives in a faraway land. Her sincere and emotional words sent shockwaves through the political and entertainment worlds. Immediately, Eartha Kitt became the target of a fierce backlash from the government and conservative media. She was labeled difficult, pro-communist, and blacklisted in Hollywood. Performance contracts were canceled, film projects were shelved. Her career, which was at its peak, was abruptly frozen. The criticism and isolation caused deep emotional and professional damage to Eartha Kitt. She was virtually blacklisted in the United States for many years, forced to live and work abroad. Eartha Kitt paid a heavy price for her outspokenness and courage. Her brilliant career was severely impacted by political forces and social prejudice. However, she never regretted what she said. She continued to fight for peace and justice, becoming an icon of resilience and courage. Eartha Kitt's story is a reminder of the importance of freedom of speech and the price one can pay for standing up for what they believe in. Despite facing many difficulties, she remained a great artist and a respected activist. 4. Billie Holiday. Billie Holiday, with her haunting, husky voice and deeply emotional delivery, became an icon of jazz music. She was known by the nickname Lady Day and for timeless songs such as God Bless the Child and especially Strange Fruit. This song, with its powerful lyrics condemning racial discrimination and the lynching of black people, became an anthem for human rights. Billie Holiday was not just a singer, she was also a powerful voice for the black community in a society rife with injustice. However, it was precisely her songs with bold content about black people that severely impacted Billie Holiday's career. In the mid-1940s, Billie Holiday's voice resonated throughout jazz clubs, but Strange Fruit carried a different tone, a simmering pain about unjust deaths. The song, with its haunting imagery of black bodies hanging from trees, touched the deep wounds within the black community and ignited outrage in society. This made Billie a thorn in the side of the government, and the FBI began to monitor her. The inspections and arrests on drug charges, whether true or not, were all intended to intimidate and threaten Billie. She clearly felt the loneliness, insecurity, and even fear knowing she was being watched. Performances that were supposed to be moments of musical sublimation suddenly became tense, anxious moments. The haunting feeling of being watched, of the risk of being arrested at any moment, heavily affected Billie's spirit and health, making her already emotional voice even more mournful and poignant. Although Billie Holiday's career was severely affected by government repression, her voice, especially Strange Fruit, lives on, becoming an icon of the struggle for human rights and against racial discrimination. She proved that music can be a powerful weapon in the fight against injustice. Despite a tragic life, Billie Holiday remains a music legend, an icon of resilience and courage. 5. Sammy Davis Jr. Sammy Davis Jr., a multi-talented artist with extraordinary singing, dancing, and acting abilities, captivated audiences from a very young age. He was a member of the Rat Pack, the legendary group of entertainers including Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and others. Davis's talent was undeniable. He was praised for his impersonations, masterful choreography, and powerful vocals. His career reached its peak in the 1950s and 1960s, only to eventually decline due to a controversial marriage to a white woman. In the 1960s, during the height of the civil rights movement, Sammy Davis Jr. publicly revealed his romantic relationship with Swedish actress May Britt. In 1960, they married, creating an interracial marriage that shocked American public opinion at the time. American society at that time was still heavily burdened by racial prejudice, and marriage between white and black people was considered taboo. White power, manifested through discrimination and prejudice within the entertainment industry, reacted fiercely to this marriage. Davis's performances were boycotted, contracts were canceled, and he was gradually isolated from Hollywood. Pressure from public opinion and his plummeting career plunged Davis into a mental crisis. He faced alienation from both the white community and a segment of the black community who felt he had sold out his race. Sammy Davis Jr. faced discrimination and isolation in a society rife with prejudice. Nevertheless, he continued to dedicate himself to his art and became an icon who transcended racial barriers. Sammy Davis Jr.'s story is a testament to the injustice and hardships that black people faced in the past, while also serving as a reminder of the importance of tolerance and respect for differences. He remains a talented artist and an icon of resilience. 6. Nina Simone. Nina Simone, with her unique voice and genius piano playing, was once hailed as the high priestess of soul. Her career flourished in the 1960s, when her music was not just melodies but also a powerful call for civil rights. Her talent and courage made her an irreplaceable icon. But that career path was not always smooth. In 1963, as the civil rights movement in the United States reached its peak, Simone released the song Mississippi Goddam. This was not just a song but a cry of protest against racial discrimination and violence. But that powerful message made her a target of white power structures. Radio stations refused to play her music, music companies cut contracts, and she was blacklisted by the entertainment industry. The feeling of isolation, financial pressure, and a declining career plunged Simone into despair. Her glorious years were gradually replaced by days of exile in Europe, away from the spotlight. Nevertheless, Nina Simone never gave up her ideals. She continued to compose, perform, and inspire. Her story is not only the tragedy of a deprived talent, but also a testament to strength and resilience. Although pushed into the dark corners of society, the light from Nina Simone's spirit and music continues to shine, becoming an eternal symbol for those who fight for justice and equality. 7. Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy, an icon of American comedy, was once considered a rising star with a promising career. From his early days of fame thanks to Saturday Night Live and classic comedies like Coming to America, Murphy quickly established himself as one of the best comedians. However, his desire to move beyond comedic roles and pursue serious projects led him to face major obstacles from the film industry. In 1995, Murphy decided to participate in a drama film with the desire to challenge himself and prove his diverse acting abilities. But during filming, he realized that white producers constantly interfered, demanding that he maintain his familiar comedic style to suit the tastes of the mainstream audience. This pressure gradually made Murphy lose faith in his ability to change his image. The film, upon release, was not as successful as expected, and from then on, his career stagnated. Murphy not only faced criticism but also felt isolated in a work environment dominated by implicit biases. Nevertheless, Eddie Murphy still deserves to be honored for his courage in his journey to find his own voice. He never stopped trying, and in the following years, Murphy returned to comedy, conquering audiences with his unique style. His story is a reminder of the power to overcome adversity, as well as the injustice that people of color in the entertainment industry face. 8. Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman, a name synonymous with acting excellence, a Hollywood icon. His warm, resonant voice, elegant demeanor, and uncanny ability to embody characters have propelled him to the pinnacle of his career. From stage roles on Broadway to the silver screen, Freeman has consistently demonstrated his exceptional talent. However, behind that glamour are invisible barriers, prejudices about skin color that have confined him to certain stereotypes, hindering the diverse acting potential of a talented artist. In 1998, Morgan Freeman participated in the film project Deep Impact. Initially, there were discussions about a more complex role, a scientist with inner turmoil. Freeman felt a glimmer of hope, an opportunity to break free from stereotypes. But then, under pressure from the producers, the role was gradually adjusted, becoming the President of the United States, a dignified, upright figure, once again reinforcing his familiar image. Upon receiving the revised script, Freeman felt a deep disappointment. Not a burst of anger, but a sense of emptiness, a simmering sadness. He felt as if he was trapped in a loop. Even though his talent was recognized, he was still limited by his skin color and Hollywood's prejudices. He wondered if he would ever be given the opportunity to fully express his diverse acting abilities. Morgan Freeman's story is a prime example of the existence of invisible barriers for Black artists in the entertainment industry. Although his talent and contributions are undeniable, prejudices about skin color still more or less affect his career. We appreciate Morgan Freeman's contributions to cinema and empathize with the difficulties he has faced. He is an icon, a testament to perseverance and talent triumphing over social barriers. 9. Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington, once hailed as one of Hollywood's finest actors, has proven his talent through a series of memorable roles. From his early days in the entertainment industry, Washington has always shone with his composure, powerful presence, and extraordinary ability to embody characters. But his journey has not been easy. In the 1980s, when the American entertainment industry was still dominated by racially discriminatory thinking, it was almost impossible for a Black actor to win leading roles in major projects. In an audition in 1987, Denzel was offered a supporting role instead of the leading role he had hoped for. The producer, with a skeptical look, appeared hesitant to give the lead to a Black actor, fearing that this could affect box office revenue. Although he felt hurt, Denzel did not give up. He continued to take on smaller roles, showcasing his talent and building an image of an actor who was not only captivating but also possessed depth. Doors gradually opened when he received the lead role in Glory, 1989, the film that earned him an Oscar, but these successes only came after years of relentless effort. Denzel Washington's journey to glory is not just a story about injustice, but also a testament to the power of perseverance and genuine talent. He has overcome cultural barriers and social prejudices to become a global icon, inspiring millions. His career is a reminder that no matter how thorny the path may be, the light of talent and determination will always lead to glory. 10. Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill, a multi-talented artist, emerged as a phenomenon in the late 1990s. With her powerful voice, skilled rapping, and poetic songwriting, she conquered millions of hearts. Her debut solo album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, 1998, became a milestone in music history, earning her countless awards and critical acclaim. Hill's future seemed wide open with resounding success. However, that promising career soon encountered obstacles stemming from the pressures and scrutiny of the music industry. In 1999, a year after The Miseducation swept the charts, turning Lauryn Hill into an icon, a silent battle began amidst the applause and spotlights. Record labels, with powerful white executives, surrounded her with lucrative offers, but hidden behind them was suffocating control. They wanted her to replicate her success, create easy listening, easy selling products, turning her into a money-making machine. Lauryn, a true artist with a free spirit, felt imprisoned. She yearned to explore new sounds, tell deeper stories, and be herself. Her resolute refusal was met with coldness, even hostility. She clearly felt the isolation, the scrutinizing gazes, the whispers behind her back. Pressure from the media, critical articles, malicious rumors relentlessly attacked her. In a meeting with producers, when she presented new musical ideas, cold faces and contemptuous remarks felt like slaps in the face. Disappointment, hurt, and anger surged. Lauryn Hill's story is a reminder of the pressures that artists, especially black artists, face in the music industry. Her promising career was severely affected by the imposition of stereotypes and the lack of respect for personal creativity. We feel regret for what Hill had to endure, while admiring her steadfastness in protecting her artistic values. She is an icon of creative freedom and courage against unjust pressures. 11. Ethel Waters. Ethel Waters, a talented singer and actress, was an icon of innovation, becoming one of the first black stars to appear on American television. With her powerful voice and outstanding acting ability, she opened a new door for artists of color during a time when racial discrimination prevailed in the entertainment industry. However, despite her promising prospects, Ethel always faced the harsh limitations imposed on her by society. In 1950, during the filming of a popular television program, Ethel was given a supporting role with an image tightly bound to racial stereotypes, a devoted and cheerful maid. She knew that this was not the image she wanted to represent, but pressure from the producers forced her to comply. They argued that audiences were not accustomed to seeing a strong, independent black person on screen. This not only made Ethel feel her talent was stifled, but also saddened her that her career was confined to limited roles. The increasing mental pressure led her to face loneliness and a sense of powerlessness. Nevertheless, Ethel did not give up. She persevered with her art, leaving a deep impression with her emotional and inspiring performances. Ethel Waters' story is a wake-up call, a reminder of the injustices black artists have endured, while also celebrating their courage in overcoming all obstacles. Her name remains an icon of struggle and the aspiration for freedom in art.
Beyonce Knowles and Blue Ivy Carter. Beyonce Knowles, a global music icon, is celebrated not only for her extraordinary artistry but also for her devotion as a mother. Her daughter, Blue Ivy Carter, is no longer just known as Beyoncé's daughter. She is steadily carving out her own place in the entertainment world, particularly in fashion and music. Despite her young age, Blue Ivy has already captured attention with her distinctive style and notable accomplishments, proving that she is more than a shadow of her famous mother. She's a rising star in her own right. Blue Ivy has shown an early passion for fashion, frequently appearing alongside her mother in coordinated outfits or showcasing her individuality through bold and creative choices. From dazzling red carpet events to candid everyday moments, her style has consistently earned praise from fashion enthusiasts. Beyond fashion, Blue Ivy has achieved remarkable milestones in music. She made history as one of the youngest Grammy winners, a testament to her innate musical talent. Her appearances on stage with her mother, especially during the Renaissance World Tour, have highlighted her confidence and captivating performance abilities, leaving audiences amazed and impressed. Blue Ivy is proving to be more than just Beyoncé's daughter. She's a budding artist with immense potential. Blue Ivy Carter is steadily proving that she is not simply living in her mother's spotlight but is an independent individual with her own talents and personality. The combination of her inherited brilliance and personal drive has allowed Blue Ivy to establish her unique mark on the public. As we look forward to her future endeavors, there's no doubt that Blue Ivy will continue to achieve greatness in the years to come. She is crafting her own story, one filled with promise, talent, and inspiration. Talents and personality. The combination of her inherited brilliance and personal drive has allowed Blue Ivy to establish her unique mark for future endeavors.
13. Lena Horne. Lena Horne, a woman of elegant beauty and captivating voice, was once a shining star in Hollywood. With her extraordinary talent, she had the potential to become an international icon in the entertainment industry. But even at the height of her fame, invisible walls of prejudice surrounded her. Despite being loved for her talent, Lena was frequently denied leading roles in films by producers who feared losing white audiences in the conservative South. In 1943, Lena was cast in a major film. However, as her scenes were about to air, the producers decided to cut or isolate her scenes so that the film could be easily edited before its release in Southern theaters. They feared that featuring a prominent black actress would spark a backlash from a racially prejudiced public. Tragically, her talent and hard work were suppressed by deep-seated prejudice. Lena not only lost the opportunity to shine, but also became isolated within the industry to which she had dedicated her life. Despite being blocked by social barriers, Lena Horne never faltered. She turned to fighting for equal rights, using her voice and influence to break down prejudice. Lena's story is a valuable lesson about resilience, reminding us that even in the most difficult moments, the light of talent and courage can still illuminate the path ahead. 14. Florence Ballard. Florence Ballard, a founding member of the legendary girl group The Supremes, possessed a powerful voice and captivating stage presence. Alongside Diana Ross and Mary Wilson, Ballard created a musical phenomenon in the 1960s, captivating audiences worldwide with their smash hits. Ballard's future with the Supremes was predicted to be incredibly bright. They were considered the top girl group, an icon of Motown. However, Ballard's promising career soon encountered obstacles due to internal discrimination within the group and from management. In the mid-1960s, when the Supremes were at the peak of their fame, disagreements began to arise. Berry Gordy, the head of Motown Records, gradually focused his attention and favor more on Diana Ross. Ballard and Mary Wilson felt neglected, their roles in the group becoming increasingly obscure. In particular, Ballard suffered from blatant discrimination. She was limited in the number of lead vocals she sang, and her stage costumes were not as invested in as Ross's. During an important recording session, when the group was rehearsing a new song, Ballard voiced her dissatisfaction. Instead of listening, Gordy responded coldly and dismissed her concerns. This incident dealt a heavy blow to Ballard's spirit. She felt deeply hurt, betrayed by those she had once trusted. This injustice led to psychological and health problems, seriously affecting her career. Finally, in 1967, Ballard was dismissed from the Supremes, a major shock to her and her fans. Florence Ballard's story is a heartbreaking example of injustice and discrimination in the music industry. Despite being a talented member and making significant contributions to the Supremes' success, Ballard was sidelined by calculations and unfair favoritism. We feel regret for wasted talent, empathizing with the pain that Ballard had to endure. Nevertheless, her contributions to music are forever remembered, and she remains an indispensable part of the Supremes' history.
Tina Turner and Affida Turner. Tina Turner, the queen of rock and roll, is celebrated not only for her powerful voice and electrifying stage presence, but also as a symbol of resilience and strength. Although not her biological daughter, Affida Turner, Tina's daughter-in-law, shares a unique bond with the legendary singer and is often regarded as an inheritor of her spirit and style. This connection is reflected not only in their music but also in their shared strong-willed personalities and distinctive individuality. Affida Turner, who married Ronnie Turner, one of Tina's sons, had the privilege of learning from and growing close to her iconic mother-in-law. While maintaining her unique style, Affida has expressed deep admiration for Tina and has been visibly influenced by her in music and performance. With a powerful voice and dynamic stage presence, Affida's performances evoke memories of Tina's legendary energy on stage. Known for her bold, unapologetic personality, Affida mirrors Tina's fearless authenticity. However, Affida has emphasized that she is not attempting to emulate Tina but rather draws inspiration from her unparalleled legacy. The relationship between Tina Turner and Affida Turner showcases the profound impact and legacy an artist can impart. While they were not connected by blood, Tina and Affida, Lupita Nyong'o and Esperanza Nyong'o. Lupita Nyong'o, an Academy Award-winning actress, is celebrated not only for her exceptional talent but also as a fashion icon with an impeccable sense of style. Alongside her, Lupita's sister, Esperanza Nyong'o, has also garnered attention for her beauty and striking fashion choices. Together, the Nyong'o sisters create unforgettable moments at events, showcasing their family's shared sense of elegance and individuality. Lupita and Esperanza don't merely dress well, they exhibit refined taste in fashion, from stunning red carpet gowns to chic everyday outfits. Lupita often gravitates toward bold designs, vibrant colors, and unique patterns that highlight her radiant skin and slender figure. Esperanza, on the other hand, leans toward a more classic and feminine aesthetic, favoring timeless and sophisticated pieces. While their styles differ slightly, both exude confidence and elegance in their own ways. Beyond their fashion, the sisters share a close bond, frequently sharing joyful moments and supporting each other in their personal and professional lives. Their joint appearances at events are highly anticipated, drawing admiration not just for their beauty but for their inspiring camaraderie and style. Lupita and Esperanza Nyong'o exemplify that elegance and style are as much about confidence and individuality as they are about appearance. The sisters are not only stunning women but also role models of familial closeness and mutual encouragement. With their refined fashion sense and magnetic presence, Lupita and Esperanza continue to solidify their place in the spotlight, inspiring many with their grace and authenticity. Refined fashion sense and magnetic presence, Lupita and Esperanza continue to solidify their place in the spotlight, inspiring many with their
17. Monique. Monique, a talented comedian and actress, once shone brightly on screen with her role in Precious, a film that earned her a prestigious Oscar. With her outstanding acting ability and unique humor, Monique was expected to become one of Hollywood's leading stars. However, that aura did not last when she dared to speak out against injustices in the industry. In 2015, Monique publicly accused major studios of discrimination, not only through low wages but also through a lack of major opportunities commensurate with her talent. She recounted an instance where she was offered to participate in a film promotion campaign but received no compensation, something her white colleagues never had to face. These accusations led Monique to be considered difficult to work with in the eyes of many powerful producers. Gradually, she was excluded from major projects, and her once promising career was submerged in the silence of those in power. Despite being ostracized, Monique maintained her stance, speaking out for fairness and dignity, inspiring many young artists. She is a living testament to the enduring strength of Black women in the fight against injustice. Concluding the stories of Black celebrities who have faced injustice, we not only see the loss but also recognize their resilient strength. Although stifled by social, cultural factors, or invisible pressures from white powers, they never stopped fighting, upholding their self-worth and leaving a powerful legacy. These stories are a reminder of the inequality that still exists, while also honoring their indomitable will, inspiring us to strive for a more just society, where talent and effort are respected without being limited by skin color.